It's not surprising that men prefer singlehood given the state of modern society. Men face difficulties in family court. The Mgtow movement is still fresh in the public's mind. Today I'll explain why you should adopt this mindset as well as my personal thoughts on the subject. Men going their own way is a fairly well-established philosophy among mostly young men who have noticed that society is becoming more geocentric and hostile to males by the day. If you understand this mentality correctly, it will undoubtedly make you a truly independent man who will not submit to social pressure, expectations, or guidelines. I'm talking about things like getting married, having a happy wife, happy life, and becoming a girl's charming prince, among other things. Personally, I would go even further. Men grew tired of being treated as disposable objects and eventually accepted harsh truths. Cohabiting with or seducing women is a waste of time. I made the simple decision to avoid pursuing women for 2 years in order to achieve more. Lustful urges did arise at times, but I was able to overcome them. I grew even stronger. Your ambition should come first, and women, with the exception of your mother and family members, should be avoided at all costs. Marriage was flawed a decade ago, when 40% of marriages ended in divorce, but now it's over 50%. The institution of marriage is flawed. It is also obvious that when a marriage ends in divorce, the man suffers a significant financial burden and a great deal of heartbreak, while the woman enjoys greater material comfort than before the marriage. As a result, it's no surprise that men are rejecting the idea of getting married, let alone engaged, let alone having casual relationships. The sunshine and flowers idea that many men and women have about getting married benefits the wedding industry greatly. An average wedding costs over $20,000, and I'm not saying this to justify a scarcity mindset, but rather to point out that while many people waste their money on impressing family and friends with an ostentatious wedding, you could use that money to invest or build your skill set, to name a few possibilities. When couples marry and divorce, another industry emerges to make money: divorce lawyers. They earn significantly more than the average American, earning over $100,000 on average. Finally, marriage is fabricated to financially protect the woman while depriving the man of equal rights. But cliches are here to stay, as I'll explain. Supposedly, we live in a time of equal rights before the law, such as equal pay for equal work, which is fair. But when the bill comes, according to modern women, it is the man who is supposed to pay. The man should approach the woman, make the first move, and ask her out. To demonstrate his love for the woman, the man should spend 3 months of his yearly salary on an engagement ring. The man should always drive. The man should jump to her aid and protect her. The man should be a shoulder to cry on and listen to her worries, and the list goes on. Let me address the last point. A man who is the shoulder to cry on is likely to be friend-zoned. I'm not saying you should be a weirdo with no emotions. I'm saying you shouldn't be a free therapist for modern women. As I previously stated, if the woman in question is a mother or a family member, that is fine. Take care of your family as much as you can, and I am confident that God will reward you. Last but not least, consider time constraints. Please understand that I am not claiming that having a girlfriend is expensive, though this is partially true, especially when the man makes 1,000 concessions. The most concerning aspect is the amount of time that could be spent on more productive activities, such as starting a side hustle, creating an income stream, participating in sports, reading, and so on. Caring, talking, cuddling, Valentine's Day, lazy Sundays, and other relationship-related activities consume your time. When people talk about relationships, they talk about an emotional and spiritual investment, but very few mention the time it takes to build and maintain a relationship. If you live with your partner, it is expected that you spend at least weekends and evenings together, while the rest of the time you are at work. This leaves you with no time to work on yourself or advance your career. It's normal for a girl to cut your wings by telling you that you work too much, don't spend enough time with her, and you shouldn't strive for more money because she loves you just the way you are. That's another test, and she'll even cook you meals to make you fat and turn you into a beta, which is why it's critical to keep your frame and understand your purpose. Fall in love with your purpose and don't let a girl tell you what's good for you. Live life on your own terms, and as long as you don't hurt anyone, enjoy. When you first start dating a woman, 1 date per week is typical. After a while, it increases to 2, maybe 3, and before you know it, you're spending all of your free time with her. And that's just the way it is. If things go well, great. But very few people find their wife on the first try. Chances are you've dated a lot of women since you were 18. That's a lot of time wasted on the wrong people that could have been spent on yourself. Don't forget to hit the like button to help spread the word about this video. Thank you for taking your daily dose of red pills, And remember that a red pill a day keeps bad poker hands away. So have a good rest of your day and cheers.